Another franchise. I never liked originally, but got a new love for it, is Mission Impossible. We have Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible 2, 3, and then Ghost Protocol, which is Mission Impossible 4. As far as which films I like the most, number 1, easily. Number 2, number 3, and number 4 for Mission Impossible 2. I just didn't like the over-the-top action in this one, because I thought they had a good thing going with the first one. Went way over the top in the second one, brought it back down to earth in 3, and then now we're going back to the old classic Mission Impossible team-based espionage, which I quite liked. Okay, then we got another, here we go, another 5 films. We have Moonrise Kingdom. Never seen it, but my father seemed to like it, so got it for $5 at Videotron. Monsters Inc., a great Pixar film. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, probably one of Chevy Chase's best films of his career. Night of the Museum. I'm just going to move some of these over here. And then finally, the sequel, Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. Never seen this one yet. I'm going to. I actually got these as part of a box set. Threw the box away and kept the films. And the first one's pretty good. And of course, Chevy Chase and Christmas Vacation. This is one of those films where I quote every year, or I watch every year and I can quote like everything in it. And then of course, Monsters Inc., a great Pixar film. Okay, so we're almost finished. I'm probably going to split these up into multiple part videos, because I don't think anybody wants to sit through like an hour long taping. Okay, so we got another Disney collection, Disney film, The Odd Life of Timothy Green. Another one I haven't seen because I just got it recently. My father watched it, however, and he said it was very well made. Oceans 11, 12, and 13. Great. And here we go. I'll just put these over here. This actually came with a slipcover, and apparently it's hard to find with a slipcover. But I was able to get it at the Walmart, at a local Walmart, and love the films. Then we have Office Space, one of my favorite comedies of all time. Especially if you work in an office environment, I think you get a lot of what they go through in this film. And then Outlander, surprisingly good film by with starring Jesus himself, Jim Caviezel, and it was actually quite entertaining, albeit low budget film. It does have Ron Perlman and John Hurt in it as well. And then we have Paranorman. I don't know if you can see that there. Another great film made by the people that made Coraline. If you like the Tim Burton style of stop motion animation, I think you'll like this film. Okay, almost dropped some stuff there. At least we're near the end. Okay, so then we got another 3. We have Paul. I don't know what to say about that one. It's pretty amazing. Perfect Storm. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Poseidon. And Puss in Boots. Okay, so let's go down the line. Paul. Awesome, awesome movie. Again, it has Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in it. It also has Seth Rogen as the alien. And, oh, it's just non-stop laughter at that one. There's not a single person I've talked to that didn't like this film. Then we have Perfect Storm. Funny enough, I actually saw this in theater, and I think it's like a 3-hour or 4-hour movie. Crazy long. But I saw it in theater, and I think the movie started at like 11. And we didn't get out till like 2 or 3 in the morning. So, it was a pretty neat experience. Very well made film, though. I quite liked it. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is, where is it? Due date, right here. Earlier I said this is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and it's basically the same premise, where basically these two completely opposite people are forced to, forced to drive with each other, because they have no choice. And same type of premise. But the original, even though I like Robert Downey Jr. in Due Date, this one is by far the better film. And Jordan Kennedy is just hilarious in this one. Then we have Poseidon. This is the Wolfgang Petersen film. And not that great of a film, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. Puss in Boots. Never actually seen this one, but I hear good things about it, so I will watch this at some point. I want to get the Shrek films, and I think that's probably why I'm waiting to watch that, because I want to get all the Shrek and then watch them all, because I haven't seen the last couple. And I can watch Puss in Boots. Then we have Rambo, and these are 1, 2, 3, and 4. First one and second one is custom covers I made for a Rambo 2-pack that I was able to find in the stores. And then I got Rambo 3 at the Rogers sale, and then Rambo 4 also at the Rogers sale. And all great films for what they are. Of course, the first one is probably the best of them, of the 4. Then we have a franchise that video game lovers have polarizing opinions about, and actually I can take these out because these are all related. The Resident Evil franchise. And we have Resident Evil Apocalypse, Extinction, Afterlife, and finally Retribution, which is the latest one. And I'm not a how do I say? I'm not a huge Resident Evil fan of the video games. I enjoy playing them, but I mean I'm not a type that's going to go all gaga because they switched it up. And yeah, so of these, I would say I like the first one the best, and then I also like the second one only because they took a lot of the game elements from like Resident Evil 2, especially the whole city, Raccoon City environment, and I liked how they add that into the film. And then they're all kind of mixed bags. Third one was pretty good. I like the whole desert aspect of it. Fourth one is kind of, and then fifth one's not too bad, I guess. And then of course we have the CG Resident Evils, which tend to be more towards people's likings. And that is of course Resident Evil Degeneration and Damnation. Of these two, I like the first one better. I thought the second one went too much with action, which is kind of funny when you think of it. People will slag on these, will criticize these ones because they don't resemble, Resident Evil, because it's lacking all the horror. But yet, these two, especially this one, they'll praise, and I honestly don't get why, but whatever. It is what it is. I like them. If you don't, well, what can I do? Okay, so quite a bit of films there. All Resident Evil. Then we have another one here, just one. Rio. Never really seen it, so I can't really comment on it. Rio. Then we have, here, let's take another couple here. Almost dropped it. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is unfortunately the rental exclusive. Great film. Unfortunately, being a rental exclusive, it doesn't have any of the commentary tracks or extra. The original, the in-store version has, and I think at some point I will actually get the store one. We have Tom Cruise and Risky Business. Great film. RoboCop Trilogy, a film, a set that I just recently purchased for, I think it was $15. And Roger Rabbit, the 25th anniversary edition. Great film. It's amazing what they were able to do with animation and live action, and it. Not only that, but to get like the Walt Disney and Warner characters all in the same movie, it's amazing. I don't think that'll ever happen again, but we never know. We never know. I mean, you look at like even like the James Bond series. It's, you know, in theater it's Sony Pictures that's distributing it, but then on Blu-ray and DVD it's Fox. So maybe someday we'll actually have a similar type of, you know, scenario. Hopefully, I wouldn't count on it. Running Man and Scarface, Al Pacino, both. This one's classic. This is cheese, but it's Arnie, and Arnie's pretty good in this. In his cheesy Arnie way. Got that for $5. I can't remember. I think it was probably $10. I wish I would have got the steelbook for this. For one simple reason, it comes with the original Scarface on DVD. And if I would have known that, I probably would have paid a couple extra bucks for a steelbook edition, but I did not, and that's life sometimes. Then we have a franchise of slasher film that I didn't give much credit to early on that I now understand what people like, and that is the Scream quadrilogy now. And we have Scream, Scream 2, Scream 3, and Scream 4. I'm a huge Wes Craven fan, which is kind of funny considering I didn't really appreciate the film that much. But now looking at them, you really see like a lot of the homages to classic horror films and you know, the tongue-in-cheekness of each film, and I quite like that. But at the same time, they are serious films to a degree, so very well made films. I like them all. A lot of people didn't like the third one, and I can kind of see why, I suppose. But first one, great. Second one, pretty good. Fourth one, I thought was really well made after the long hiatus between the third one. And then even the third one's not too bad. I still watched them all back to back, and quite enjoyed them. They all have pretty good extras on, like especially commentaries from all four films. And Wes Craven's always a joy to listen to in commentaries. Then we have set up Roger Sill special. Has 50 Cent in this, Bruce Willis, and Ryan Felipe. Never seen it. Didn't hear great things about it either, so that's probably why I didn't watch it yet. Then we have, here, let's go with Steelbooks. We have arguably one of my favorite films, Shaun of the Dead with Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Love that film. Then we have Sin City, and finally the Smurfs Steelbook. All Steelbook editions. First with Shaun of the Dead. As I'm sure you guys know with my channel now, I am a huge zombie fan. After all, we are called Zombie Special Unit, so that should give you kind of an idea. But I just love this film. It's a comedy. Even has some romantic. It's like a romantic zombie comedy, and it's just a great film. Then we have Sin City. Great graphic novel adaptation of course, Sin City, and looks great on Blu-ray, and it's a nice snazzy steelbook as well. And then we have Smurfs. You know, people talk about the Smurfs. While it is for kids, I did grow up with aspects of the Smurfs, you know, as a young lad, and I thought they did a good job with this film for what it is. I mean, after all, people have to realize that these things are for kids. And I thought they did a very good job on it for what it was. Then we have another two here. We have Snow White and the Huntsman. Haven't watched this yet. I think one of those other ones I might watch tonight. I actually heard good things about this. And it has Chris Hemsworth, obviously the guy who plays Thor. I'm starting to like him as an actor now. I think he does a really good job in films, and that's the reason I want to check that out. Then we have Spaceballs 25th Anniversary Edition. If you're a Star Wars fan, you'll love that film. That's all I can say about that one. Classic film. Then we have, almost done here, we have Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, and then The Amazing Spider-Man, which is the reboot / remake or whatever you want to call it. I actually purchased these. They released these just prior to this one in theater, And I originally purchased these because each one of these editions came with a free movie ticket. And I was planning to bring some friends and whatnot. And so I decided to buy the movies because basically I think I paid like $10 for each one. And I got a free movie ticket that was worth $10. And then I simply got to see the movie for free, so can't really complain. Of these Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, I would say, I think I'm not alone in this, Spider-Man 2, by far the superior film. Spider-Man 1, and then Spider-Man 3. I don't have to explain Spider-Man 3. But I'm not someone who's completely against the film. It has some good fun aspects of it, but it's not the shining moment of Spider-Man films, let's put it that way. And then Amazing Spider-Man, great reboot. I was kind of, as I'm sure most people were, I was kind of against the idea early on, but I'm also a type of person that is willing to wait until the thing comes out before I make a judgment, unlike a lot of people. And I quite liked it. It's one of those ones I saw in theater, and it was just a great film. I liked it. Speaking of films that, you know, when it comes to judging a film before it comes out, with Star Trek. Now, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I'm more of a Star Wars fan. And I didn't really like the show all that much. And I never really seen a lot of the movies. I have since seen a lot of the movies, and actually a few of them I quite like. Wrath of Khan being the probably my favorite of the original movies. But I love this J.J. Abrams remake of Star Trek. I thought it really helped people like me who haven't been a fan of Star Trek to get into it, while at the same time keeping, you know, the fans happy. And I thought he did a good balance with that. And I'm looking forward to Into Darkness, and I really am looking forward to him seeing what he can do with Star Wars. And I think that's a great move on Disney's part to get someone like him into it. And apparently he's actually more of a Star Wars fan than a Star Trek fan, so hopefully that can turn into good things. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. And I'm really looking forward to see what he's going to do with this one, Star Wars. Because he's supposed to be directing the 7th episode of Star Wars, and I'd be interested to see what his take on that will be. This is Star Wars: A Complete Saga. Includes all 6 films, including, I believe, all or most of the bonus content that was ever released for Star Wars. Great set. Beautifully made, too. Actually, come think of it, Fox does a good job with these type of box sets. They also did the Aliens box set. And Indiana Jones is very similar as well.